Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Sami here. Today we are gonna see, what if Naruto was the son of Thanatos, part 2. Hope you'll enjoy this video, so before we start please subscribe to our channel and like this video. So let's get into the video. Chiron was muttering about pranksters when he arrived at the bathrooms. Someone caused the toilets to explode. He knew who did it, oh, he knew who did it. Naruto and the Stoll brothers were having a prank war going on, and no one was safe. Chiron sighs, at this rate I'll be gaining gray hair. At least Percy only caused the water to back up, but to destroy the toilets Chiron was lost for words. During the prank war Chiron tasked Backendorf to make a net to trap Naruto, since the blonde could get out of just about any knot. Backendorf laughed when he was tasked to. Just like how Ares and Aphrodite were captured to let Hephaestus know that Aphrodite was cheating on him, or the time when Zeus was captured by a net. Backendorf laughs, as he makes it. So here Chiron arrived to see not just Naruto, but the Stoll brothers captured in a net. Of course everyone else is there laughing at them. Now that you three have been captured, this prank war ends now. Chiron, Travis, and Connor will have kitchen duty for a month, cleaning both breakfast and dinner. Naruto, you'll have to clean the horse's stable for a month. Orders Chiron, as he cuts them down. Early in the morning, the sun has barely passed the horizon. Naruto is at the horse's stable cleaning it. Naruto shovels old hay out of one of the stables. What are you guys fed? Complains Naruto. Mostly grains, but they eat hay and concentrate mixes, said Selena. Naruto jumps up clinging to the ceiling with chakra. His heart is racing a million miles a minute as he tries to calm down. Naruto cuts the flow of chakra dropping down and lands on his feet. The blonde gives Selena a glare. That's not funny, bitterly says Naruto. I didn't know I could sneak up on you. You always know when people are near you, Selena giggles. That's because I know that people are around. Most people aren't up this early. Why are you here? And I don't know your name, what is it? Asks Naruto. I'm Selena, counselor for Aphrodite's cabin. I take care of most of the horses, and Pegasi, answered Selena. Well, they shouldn't be fed such things. They smell. Sigh, this is like D-rank missions all over again. At least I don't have to worry about that demon cat. Naruto just sighs again. Selena can hear the dread in his voice about a demon cat. She grabs a shovel and scoops out some old hay. The daughter of Aphrodite looks over at Naruto. Whenever she sees him, he always has that same blue scarf wrapped around his neck. Hey, Naruto, why do you always have that scarf? Asks Selena. When I woke up in the infirmary there was a storage scroll next to me. Chiron said it appeared there overnight. When I unsealed it, this came out, answered Naruto, as he brought up the scarf to cover half of his face. I think this scarf was made by my mother. I just wished I knew who she was. Naruto quietly says. Selena sees this with all those that are unclaimed in Hermes' cabin. It saddens her that so many don't know if they are forgotten, or don't know if their parents wanted them in the first place. She even noticed that some went missing leaving camp because they weren't claimed. Selena places her hand on Naruto's shoulder, grabbing his attention. I'm sure wants to, but maybe she can't. Many of the gods are very busy. Selena says, trying to comfort Naruto. I know the gods are busy, but then why did she bring me here? There are so many questions I want to ask her, but I don't know if I don't say Naruto. Naruto was lost for words. Every morning and night Naruto rereads the letter from the scroll. Even after he was brought to camp he still wonders why he was brought here. Did his mom want him to live in a place where he wouldn't have to kill like most shinobi? To live a life where he can have peace when he is old enough. The blonde even thinks it was some sick joke. Feeling like he wasn't wanted, cutting off from the world, the voices of the villagers coming to taunt him. But before he could give in to despair Selena brought it out. Did you hear me? Asks a concerned Selena. Yeah, I'm fine. Just losing thought, said Naruto. Wanting to change the subject, so what's this about you and Claris? Asks Selena. What about her? Asks the clueless Naruto. Selena was dumbfounded. Ever since Naruto and Claris started training together they have been hanging out with one another ever since then. There was even a betting pool to see for how long it'll take them to start going out with each other. You hang out with Claris all the time. What do you guys do? Asking Selena. We train. She's been helping me with my chain whip. Rasengan says that it is so unpredictable it makes the perfect weapon to train against, a still clueless Naruto answers. So that's it. You guys just train, and nothing else. There has to be more. Selena almost demanding. We hang out because Rasengan is fun to hang out with. I don't get what you're going on about, says the clueless blonde. Selena is starting to think that they just like to hang out with one another. There wasn't anything going on between the two of them, just two friends hanging out. The daughter of Aphrodite is happy that Naruto has a friend. September. When Naruto was finished with his punishment for cleaning out the stables, he still went to them and talked with Selena in the mornings. He learned that she wasn't like the rest of Cabin 10, and that she's a neat freak. Arts and crafts was something Naruto thought was strange. During arts and crafts he met Backendorf. The counselor of Cabin 9 told Naruto that arts and crafts can be used to make anything that they can think of. After he learned that you can try to make anything you wanted, well, he tried to make more kunai and shuriken to replace the ones he'd lost. After that, when arts and crafts came, he was closely watched. It's not my fault that I started a fire by accident, muttering a depressed blonde. It just shows that we care, Backendorf chuckles. I don't even know how it started, shouted Naruto. Yes, we don't know how that fire started, says Backendorf. Naruto just pouts, as no one will believe him. Honestly. 1 minute he was making a case for his shuriken, and then the next there was a fire. The fire just started out of nowhere, and quickly spread out of control. Big Beck, can you help me with making kunai? Asking Naruto, as he tries to make another cast for his shuriken. Sure, as long as I get to take a closer look at that shield of yours, said Backendorf. Ever since Naruto had gotten his shield and started to use it, it has become the talk of the camp for it being so strange. Claire says because the chain whip can extend and retract, giving it so much potential in battle. She even said because the chain whip can superheat, it makes it perfect for wrapping around monsters and burning them. Naruto just sighs, fine. Naruto pumps some chakra through his leather bands, causing the shield to form. Sliding the shield off of his arm and handing it to Backendorf. Backendorf was surprised by the weight of the shield. The son of Hephaestus thought he was holding a feather in his hands. Backendorf places the shield on the table and takes a closer look at it. Naruto on the other hand hummed as he finished with his shuriken cast. He smiles at his hard work paying off. Naruto found out that the celestial bronze that every half-blood uses is heavier than the iron kunai and shuriken that he'd normally use. Of course, in Naruto's mind he saw it as a great way to train while fighting. Using a heavier metal than normal would make his swings faster and heavier when he switches back. By the gods! Shouted Backendorf. Naruto looks over at a surprised Backendorf. What is it that you found out, Big Beck? Asks Naruto. Your shield is made out of adamantium. Shouted a still shocked Backendorf. Is it a good thing? Now a concerned Naruto asking. It's a very good thing. Adamantium is the rarest ores found. It's so rare that Hephaestus keeps records of all the ore on Mount Olympus. Adamantium is the hardest stuff in the world, and that's what your shield is made out of. Nothing's going to cut through this shield. Can you get that chain whip out? Asks Backendorf. Naruto places his hand on his shield and pumps some chakra into the shield, causing the chain to come out. Backendorf holds up the chain, looking at each link individually. Oh? This is Stygian iron, said Backendorf. What's that? Asked Naruto. They are magical ores that the gods, immortals, and half-bloods use as weapons. Celestial bronze is the most common because it is mined from Mount Olympus. Monsters are afraid of celestial bronze because it can kill them and send them back to the underworld. But with Stygian iron, the monsters truly hate and fear it. When a monster is killed by Stygian iron, they can't reform because Stygian iron absorbs the monster's essence, stated Backendorf. That's good. It prevents monsters from harming us. But why don't we use more of it if it works like that? Asks Naruto. Because Stygian iron can only be found and mined in the underworld and cooled in the River of Styx. Only those who work for Hades use Stygian iron. But what really makes it truly different from celestial bronze is that Stygian iron can harm not just us, but can harm mortals, said Backendorf. But I thought harming mortals was a bad thing because they can't see us through the mist, questioned Naruto. Normally you're correct, but there are times when a mortal can see us, and we call them clear sight. Chiron said that they have some divine blood, but not strong enough for monsters to attack them. They're the ones that usually contact satyrs when they come into contact with half-bloods trying to get here, says Backendorf. Backendorf went back to examining chain whips. He is truly left without words. The craftsmanship can only belong to his father, for none could make the chain links in such a way. Each link overlaps each other, preventing any break or to use the empty space in the links to be used against Naruto. Backendorf had Naruto pump some chakra through the chain whip, causing it to become bright red. The son of Hephaestus puts on a pair of fireproof gloves and holds up the chain whip. He tugs on the links, seeing their strength, and wasn't disappointed. Masterpiece, whispered Backendorf. October. Naruto stares at the calendar. October 10th is his birthday. Naruto never liked his birthday. Yondaime Day, the day that the Yondaime Hokage killed the Kyuubi. If only they knew he didn't kill the Kyuubi, but sealed it inside of Naruto. It didn't stop the villagers from hating him though. The name calling and the stares. Oh, how he hated the stars. It was like they wanted him to stop existing. But what was worse was when a villager would get drunk. He remembers how Inu stopped the drunken villagers. It still didn't help most of the year. The blonde knew that Inu couldn't protect him all the time, and had to take missions that were outside the village. It was Inu that taught Naruto to be so stealthy. Cracking a smile because with the stealth training from one of the best, Anbu made Naruto a menace to the residents of Konoha. What are you smiling about? Asks Claris, as she scares Naruto. Trying to calm his heart down, I just remembered how I'd used to prank Konoha. You see, I was trained by Inu, one of the best in Anbu, says Naruto. Anbu? Anbu stands for Ansatsu Senjutsu Takusha Butai, which translates to Special Assassination and Tactical Squad, tells Naruto. So they assassinate people? Questions Claris. Sure, she's a daughter of Ares, and with Ares being the god of war, even though killing comes with war, she doesn't necessarily like killing, unless it's a monster. Not all the time from what I heard. They take high-level missions that could be assassinations and torture, but also information gathering, kidnapping, bodyguard, tracking, surveillance, and other missions that required specially trained shinobi. Only the best can join. Age, gender, background, or previous rank doesn't matter. Ba-chan said with my stealth I could have joined, but my ADHD prevented that, explains Naruto. No telling. Backendorf had to think outside of the box in order to capture you. But why were you staring at the calendar? Asks Claris. My birthday. I never truly liked it. Never had a real reason to celebrate it, you know. Enough with being sad. Let's get some training in, said Naruto. Naruto heads to the arena. Claris thought about what Naruto said with it being his birthday. After training, Claris runs off. Naruto was a little sad that she didn't stick about like she normally does. He heads back towards the shower to clean up. Hey Naruto, said the blonde, turns his head and sees Connor walking towards him. Chiron wanted you to check the border. It's been weakening for some time now, says Connor. Sure, I don't mind, said Naruto. Naruto takes off towards the border, not seeing Connor smiling. Naruto lands on a tree branch just on the inside of the border. For the past few weeks the border has been weakening, but not enough for monsters to pass through. Naruto can see a pair of red glowing eyes staring at him. Pumping some chakra through his leather bands, making his shield fold out, and the chain whip extends out. When a pair of glowing red eyes saw the chain whip, it backed off. That's what I thought, said Naruto. Ever since Backendorf told Naruto about what his chain whip was made out of, and how monsters hated it, he trained even hard to learn to properly use it in battle. Using a weapon that causes monsters to back off in fear has to be used to save lives. The blonde stayed at the border for a few hours keeping watch. The sun starts to set. Naruto stands up on the tree branch he's standing on and looks at the valley. The trees just catch the sunset just right. It causes him to remember when he used to go up on top of the Hokage monument. The trees would look like the sunset, the forest surrounding Konoha on fire, giving Hai no Kuni its name, as the land of fire. Naruto makes his way back to camp for a much-needed rest. Starting with dinner, then a nice hot shower. Naruto arrived at the dining pavilion, and no one was there. That's odd. I know I didn't miss dinner, said Naruto. Then the hearth bursts, brightening all of the diner pavilion. Everyone jumps out yelling, surprise, which causes Naruto to jump and clings to one of the marble columns. What's going on? Yelled Naruto as he slid down the marble column. Selena walked up to Naruto. After your training with Claris, she came to everyone and told them that today was your birthday and you were depressed. So we all decided to give you a surprise birthday party, explained Selena. So me needing to watch the border was just a way for you guys to prepare? Asks Naruto. Of course. Didn't you find it strange that Chiron didn't come to you himself to ask you to watch the border? Asked Connor. No, says Naruto a little sheepishly. You should have told us that your birthday was today. We could have done it earlier, said Selena. Sorry, it's just I never really liked my birthday, says Naruto. Most of us can agree with you, but we still celebrated to show that we made it one more year, said Selena. Naruto smiles, thanks. Naruto actually had fun for once on his birthday. Chiron got him a manual for whips to further his training. Connor and Travis got him a pair of Converse, because they knew he didn't like shoes that are too thick on the bottom. Backendorf gave Naruto a full set of celestial bronze kunai. And Shuriken, Lee gave Naruto a bow that could transform into a ring. Selena gave Naruto a pair of aviators that can turn into a mask to conceal his face from the stories of the Anbu he told her. And Claris gave Naruto a sword to wield, which too can transform into a ring. I want to say thanks, Riz-chan, says Naruto. Don't think of any of it. You were depressed from the looks of it, and you needed to be cheered up. I can't have my training partner getting soft on me, says Claris, as she turns her head so Naruto doesn't see her blushing cheeks. Still, I thank you, really. If you need anything just ask, and I'll be there, said a grinning Naruto. November. Why do I have to do this? Asks Naruto, as he plucks strawberries. Because you had, and the Stoll brother had to put chocolate bunnies on top of cabin 4, said Miranda, as she plucks strawberries. It makes it look like rabbits live up there though. I don't see the whole point of getting mad, said Naruto. I don't care. You got in trouble for it. Now you have to pay the piper, said Miranda. Naruto grumbles, as he plucks some more strawberries. As he did, he let his mind wander. He read up on the half-bloods that came from Delos. The Shodai Hokage was a child of Demeter, which could explain how he could grow trees. It seems that the Nara clan started out as children of Erebos, and they gained the blessing from Athena to have generations of strong and tactical minds. He tried to look more up, but information about more half-bloods of Delos are hard to find. As Naruto was plucking strawberries, it reminded him of when he used to water his plants back in his old apartment. That was really the only time he would calm down. Times like this he thinks about Konoha. Would you be on another mission now? Would you be training to get stronger? Then there's Ba-chan, Iro-senin, Kakashi-sensei, Iruka-sensei, Old Man Tucci, Aim Nichin, and Shuzin Nichin. He wonders what they're doing now. Ba-chan is probably trying to drink, but Shuzin Nichin won't let her. Iruka-sensei is probably teaching at the academy now. Old Man Tucci and Aim Nichin are probably working hard, and Ramen, Kakashi-sensei is probably reading Icha Icha. And Iro-senin is probably peeping at the hot springs. Hope Ba-chan finds out and hits Iro-senin, said Naruto. December. Chiron wasn't having a good day. The winter solstice is quickly approaching, and he knew what would happen to Naruto if he isn't claimed by then. Many of the campers have grown to like him. The old trainer even heard of the betting pool about Naruto and Claris. Can anyone give me your attention? Everyone turns their head to Chiron, as you know the winter solstice is coming up. And, as you all may know, the gods let us come to Mount Olympus. I want each camp counselor to have a list of those wanting to go to Mount Olympus by the end of the day, said Chiron. Naruto really didn't think much about going to see Mount Olympus. I mean, sure it would be cool to see it, but I don't want to go, not yet at least, thought Naruto as he made his way to the arena. Claris is already there waiting on him. She is holding her shield and sword. Yup, Naruto wasn't going to like today's training. The blonde shield folds out, and the ring on his right middle finger transforms into a sword that Claris gave him for his birthday. Ever since then, Claris has been pushing Naruto into wielding the sword. You look depressed again. Was it about going to Mount Olympus on the winter solstice? Asks Claris, as she swings her sword at Naruto, who blocks it with his shield. Yeah, I mean, I want to go, but it wouldn't feel right till I was claimed, said Naruto, as he thrusts his sword at Claris, who parries, followed by a swing to his unprotected side. Naruto twists his body to block with his shield. Claris knew how much Naruto wanted to be claimed, and knew who his mother was. She thought with him going to Mount Olympus it will cause his mother to claim him. Why don't you go? Says while blocking his sword swing, think about it. Maybe your mother wants to claim you, then talk to you, said Claris. Naruto stops in mid-swing, and truly thinks about it. Maybe that was the reason he wasn't claimed yet. Maybe his mother was wanting to see him, then claim him. Naruto nods his head. You're right. Thanks, Riz-chan. You just know what to say, said Naruto, causing Claris to look away with red cheeks. A few days later, those that wanted to come to Mount Olympus arrived at the Empire State Building. This was the first time that Naruto was outside of the camp since coming to it. He was shocked to see how tall the buildings were, the amount of people, and the lack of nature. Thankfully, one of the members of Cabin 6 explained everything to Naruto, who was getting over the cultural shock. Everyone entered the Empire State Building and headed towards floor 600. At the top, again Naruto was lost for words. He'd never seen anything so beautiful. As he was lost at the beauty of Mount Olympus, a light shines over Naruto's head. Everyone takes a step away from Naruto. Chiron smiles at long last that Naruto is being claimed. All of Naruto's friends smiled too, for they knew how much he wanted to be claimed. When the light died down, everyone, not just the campers, but the residents of Mount Olympus, and the minor gods that were there were shocked. Above Naruto's head is the symbol of the hearth, and a smaller one with a dove. All hail Naruto Uzumaki, son of Hestia, and legacy of Aphrodite. Cheered Chiron. Everyone kneels to Naruto like all the claims before. But he was lost for words. Not only for that his mother claimed him, but he's a legacy of Aphrodite. With Naruto's claiming, Zeus immediately called for a meeting demanding Hestia to be there. Hestia, I think you should explain to us why you have a son, asked Zeus. Zeus was known for having a temper, but he wasn't going to get mad at his sister, even if she isn't one of the Olympians. Even if she doesn't fight, she is still very powerful with being the firstborn of their mother and father. Well, it started 39 years ago. I decided to visit Delos, because I'd never been there. During my visit I heard a family praying to have children. I learned that the wife had an injury very close to her womb that prevented her from carrying a child to full term. Even with my blessing, and healing her to the best of my abilities, she still couldn't carry a child. So I took a part of my very own essence, and placed it inside of her, explained Hestia. To do that, that part of you became mortal, says Athena. It did. I left Delos, and returned to my duties. It wasn't until 14 years ago that I gained the memories of my mortal self, whose name is Uzumaki Kushina. I spent the last 13 years going through the memories of Kushina to learn that I'd married, and had a son, said Hestia. Man, talk about a lucky bastard. He married Aunt Hestia, one of the most beautiful goddesses, pouted Apollo. Hello, daughter-in-law. Aphrodite says while giggling. I was surprised that Minato acted nothing like you, Aphrodite, smiles Hestia. He got that from his father. Minato did get my looks. Smiling Aphrodite. That would explain why his handwriting was soon girly, said Hestia, causing the rest of the gods laugh at the truth. If you excuse me, I want to talk to my son, says Hestia. I want to go see my grandson too. Aphrodite says while jumping from her throne. Zeus ended the meeting, and was happy that it ended on a happy note, but it also showed a loophole. Zeus knew he had to look over and fix it so that doesn't happen again. The god of justice couldn't even punish Hestia because she didn't know it till 14 years ago. Zeus smiles for his sister for having a son. Naruto was pulled away from everyone by Chiron. Before he could ask why Chiron pulled him away, two women walked towards the blonde. One of the women had red hair and violet eyes. Naruto swears he'd seen her face somewhere, but can't put his finger on it. The other woman for some strange reason looks a lot like an older Claris. "Hello Naruto," said the redhead. "Hi. Who are you?" Naruto asks the redhead. "I'm your mother," said Hestia. For the first time in Naruto's life, here he was standing in front of his mother. He doesn't know what to do. Does he hug her? Does he say anything? What does he do? "Can I hug you?" Naruto quietly asks. "Yes," said Hestia. Before Hestia could do anything, Naruto hugs her, almost causing to fall. The goddess of the hearth wraps her arms around her son for the very first time. Naruto welcomes the warmth that his mother is giving him. The blonde was so happy that he couldn't hold back his tears and just let them go. Everything was perfect. Nothing in the whole world didn't matter, not the camp, not Konoha, nothing. The only thing that matters, truly that matters, is right now in the arms of his mother. Hestia just kisses Naruto on the top of his head as he cries. When first learned of Naruto, she wanted to take him from Konoha. Being the goddess of family, she always wanted a family to call her own. Now she has a son. "My little Maelstrom," Hestia rubs her son's head, holding him tightly. "My little Maelstrom, I've always wanted to hold you. To watch you as you grow up," says Hestia. "It's really you, isn't it?" asked Naruto to look up at her. "Yes, my little Maelstrom," said Hestia before she kissed his forehead. "Oh, it's so sweet. I want a hug," pouted Aphrodite. Mother and son broke from their hug. Naruto now has a better look at the other woman. She looks so much like an older Claris, but that can't be since her divine parent is Ares. And the last time he checked, Ares was a guy, unless he had a sex change. "Who are you?" asks Naruto. "Oh, my. That can't be. I am your grandmother, but call me Mom," proudly says Aphrodite. "Abachan," said Naruto. "No, Mom. Abachan. Mom. Abachan." "Stop it, you two." "Now Aphrodite, if Naru-chan here wants to call you Abachan, then let him call you that," said Hestia. "It's not fair. I want him to call me Mom." "Sign, fine. But I want to let you know that you can stay in my cabin. I can't wait to see your love life," giggles Aphrodite. Aphrodite leaves the mother and son alone. "Well, my little Maelstrom, I know you have questions." "Know this, I can't answer them all," said Hestia. "Why did you take so long to claim me?" asked Naruto. "I wanted to wait so that I could talk to you. The winter solstice was the perfect time to do so. Plus the others would have wanted to hold a meeting to learn how one of the three virgin goddesses isn't a virgin anymore. Now I have to ask you, did you look through that scroll I'd left you?" asked Hestia. "No, I was putting it off." "Why? Is there something really important in it?" asked Naruto. "Yes, there's another weapon in there for you along with armor." "Is there any other questions you have for me?" asks the heart goddess. "What's with my shield?" asked Naruto. "Well, when I first stepped down so that Dionysus could have my spot as one of the Olympians, I wanted some favors. I use a few of my favors to have that shield made, which is called Epion. I wanted to find the meaning of life and death. Hephaestus used the limited amount of adamantium he had to make the shield part of Epion. The shield is to protect life and is the answer for life," explains Hestia. Naruto pumps some chakra through his leather band, causing Epion to fold out. He is awestruck. Epion is the answer to life. "What about the chain whip?" asked Naruto. "The chain whip is called a heat rod. Heat rod is the answer to death. Taking lives, not just mythical creatures, but also mortals. I pulled a favor from Hades to give me some Stygian iron, for Stygian iron is the only magical ore to harm both. Your destiny is tied to not just here, but back at Delos," said Hestia. "So I have to go back to Konoha?" Naruto asks, almost out of fear. Hades holds Naruto, calming him down. "Not if you don't want to. You can do anything you want with your life. But know this, fate works in mysterious ways," said Hestia. "That's bullshit. I will write my own fate," shouted Naruto. Hades hit Naruto on the side of his head. "Don't say such language, young man," said Hestia, as she gave him the look. Naruto was actually held to be scowled at by his mother. 3 months had passed since the winter solstice. Since then, Naruto during those 3 months had moved out of cabin 11 and into cabin 10. When first saw the cabin during his tour, he didn't think much of it, but now, the pink hurt his eyes sometimes. Then there is the perfume smell. Naruto's nose sometimes can't handle it. He wonders if Kibba came to cabin 10 would he pass out from this smell. Ever since Naruto was claimed, those that are unclaimed were getting their hopes up to being claimed. But, as Naruto did more reading, he learned that it's possible that those that are unclaimed are children of minor gods. Only Olympians claim children, not minor gods. Right now Naruto is with Backendorf heating the forge in cabin 9. When it became known who Naruto's mother was, it started to make sense to everyone. Why every time he'd make an offering to the hearth would burn brighter during meals, and the time he started a fire during arts and crafts. "See? I told you I didn't start that fire," shouted Naruto. "Because you didn't know how to control your power over fire," stated Backendorf. Naruto pouts. "Take away from me, why don't you? You know I could stop heating your forge," said Naruto. "I was just joking. Your control has gotten better," said Backendorf. "Well, what do you expect?" Naruto proudly stated. "I've been working on my control for 3 months now. It is nice that your dad Hapitoko lets me in here," Big Beck Naruto said with excitement. Backendorf shakes his head. "I wonder if that's your fatal flaw?" questioned the counselor of cabin 9. "Being prideful. Fat chance in Hades. I will be the first one to tell you that I'm not perfect. I'll ask for help if I need it. I believe in hard work to better oneself," said Hort Boy. Here, yelled Backendorf, completely agreeing with him. That's one of many things that Backendorf likes about Naruto. He is a hard worker. Hell, Backendorf saw Naruto trying to make his own kunai and shuriken, so he wouldn't have to bother the son of Hephaestus. They still come out like shit, but he's trying. "There? That should keep the temperature high enough," said Backendorf. "What are you trying to make, if you don't mind me asking?" asked Naruto. "I'm checking all the armor and weapons for when summer gets here. It's only a few months away, and I want to make sure that everything is in working order." "And what about you? I heard of your new duties," questioned Backendorf. "Ever since Naruto was claimed, he has been tending to the hearth in camp to keep it strong. It's all about control. I have to keep the hearth just right so it doesn't go out and become too big. Luckily Kachan showed me how to do it," shouted Naruto. "Alright, you're done here. If I need anything I'll let you know," said Backendorf. Naruto nods and leaves the cabin. Naruto made his way over to the hearth to check on it. He spends most of his free time at the hearth. It feels as though Hestia is there with him. Naruto looks over at Thalia's pine tree on top of HalfBlood Hill. The son of Hestia was told the tale of the hill. Those 3 half-bloods were trying to make it to the camp with their Satyr's guide, being chased by hordes of monsters that wanted them dead. He'd heard what happened to all of them since then. Luke, a son of Hermes, became a traitor and wants revenge. Reminds Naruto of Sasuke wanting revenge against his brother Itachi for killing their whole clan in a single night. Annabeth left camp to try and reconnect with her father. Thalia became a tree. And Grover went to find the lost god Pan. When Naruto really thinks about it, they're like Squad 7. Luke is like Sasuke wanting revenge, Annabeth is like Sakura needing help from others, Thalia is like Naruto willing to sacrifice oneself to protect others, and Grover is like Kakashi trying to guide them, but fails. It is sad when one truly thinks about it. Bang. Everyone in the camp stopped what they were doing. Bang. There it was again. Bang. And again. Bang. Then on the 4th time part of the barrier breaks. 8 Lacedemonian giants charge towards some of the few campers that are in the strawberry fields. A black chain comes out of nowhere wrapping around one of the Lacedemonian giants' right arm. The rest of the Lacedemonian all stop to turn their heads to where the chain comes from. Heat rod becomes bright red. The Lacedemonian screams from the burning heat. "To arms!" yell Clarus. With a mighty pull, the arm is severed off from the Lacedemonian. Naruto pumped chakra through his legs as leaped towards the one-armed Lacedemonian. He kicks the giant's face in, grabs heat rod, and wraps it around the giant's neck. The blonde places his feet on the monster's head and pulls with all of his might, burning through flesh, muscle, and bone. Then pop goes off the head. Now normally when a monster is killed they turn into gold dust, but when a monster is killed by Stygian iron, it absorbs the monster essence. That's what happened when Naruto beheaded the Lacedemonian giant. The other Lacedemonian didn't take that too kindly. In a mad rush, they charged towards Naruto. Mark and Sherman bash 2 of the giants from behind with their shields. Backendorf throws a ball that explodes into a net that wraps around another. Arrows pierce another in the knees, forcing it to the ground. Travis and Connor double team one, causing it to trip, and finally Clarus throws her spear at one of the remaining 2 that are still charging Naruto. The spear stabs one of the Lacedemonian, causing it to cry out in pain. Naruto whips his chain whip at the remaining Lacedemonian. The giant grabs the chain whip and pulls the blonde towards him. Naruto couldn't even get chakra to his feet in time to stop. The chain whip becomes bright red, but the giant pushes through the pain and throws Naruto across the strawberry fields. Mark slides underneath the Lacedemonian as it tries to grab him. He quickly turns around, slicing through the giant's left leg. Without his left leg, the giant fell over onto his front. Mark takes advantage, jumps on the Lacedemonian's back, and stabs his sword into the monster's back, cutting through the spinal cord, killing it instantly. Sherman uses his shield to block the iron club the Lacedemonian is wielding. The weight behind it causes his shield to cave in, but also breaks his arm. Mark sees this, and rushes over to aid his brother. Mark leaps into the cannibal's back, and repeatedly stabs its neck. The giant grabs Mark, and throws him into the ground. Lifting his foot, the giant aims to crush the son of Ares. Sherman thrusts his spear into the Laestrygonian's back, causing the giant to cry out in pain. Mark quickly gets to his feet and thrusts his sword into the monster's chest, aiming to end the fight. The blade pieces through the chest and goes through the heart, ending it. Simply walks over to the tied-up Laestrygonian. He says nothing, but just raises his hammer up and descends down onto the cannibal's head, crushing it. Travis and Connor are making sure to keep out of the Laestrygonian's range with its iron club. Backendorf throws his hammer, striking the monster in the head. The Stoll brother took this advantage and stabbed the giant in the chest, killing it. Lee and the rest of his siblings are keeping one of the few Laestrygonian that's alive distracted. The Laestrygonian rushes them till his sword flies into his right shoulder. The creature stops and turns to face Mark. Mark is regretting his action, for it left him without a weapon. "Fuck me," Mark simply says. The cannibal roars at him while rushing him. Backendorf tackles the monster, holding it down. Travis and Connor run over and repeatedly stab it in the chest, killing it. Naruto rolls on the ground. He holds his ribs, feeling a little cracked. Blood running from the corner of his mouth. The son of Hestia gives the giant a death glare. Naruto summons a shadow clone and holds out his hand. The clone starts to help the blonde with his chakra to form in his hand. Naruto whips his chain whip at the Laestrygonian again. As the same before, the giant grabs hold of the chain whip and pulls it towards him. Naruto's clone finished with the chakra to form the Rasengan just in time. Naruto flies towards the giant with his Rasengan out in front. "Rasengan!" shouted Naruto as he slams the ball of chakra into the monster head, grinding through skull bone and into brain matter. Claris is going toe-to-toe with the Laestrygonian. She is using the creature's size against itself by moving only a little slower than her. That's all it takes to win a battle. Cutting up the giant's arm so he'd lose grip of his iron club. Claris throws her shield into the Laestrygonian's mouth, breaking a few teeth. She then grabs her spear and thrusts it into the monster's throat, killing it. Chiron gallops towards everyone. "What happened?" orders Chiron. "Some Laestrygonian broke through the barrier," said Claris. Chiron looks around, going through the battlefield, tend to the wounded. "I want all campers to carry weapons at all times. Increase patrol with everyone wearing armor while doing so. I need to find why the barrier is weakening," orders Chiron before he gallops off. May. Throughout the month, monsters have been breaking through the barrier more frequently. Backendorf is spending a large amount of time fixing weapons and armor to keep those who do border patrol, or those that fight the monster when they break through. Luckily, the school year is ending, and more campers are arriving to help with the defenses. A pack of hellhounds run through the forest. Heat rod cuts through 3 hellhounds. "Come out to play," yelled Naruto. Naruto for the last hour has been chasing this pack of hellhounds. This pack has been doing hit and run tactics for the last week. For such a large creature, they sure can cover distance fast. The blonde's mind has been wondering if they've been leading him into a trap. "What are you doing? Hellhounds aren't this smart. I wonder if I'm nearing an alpha?" questioned the blonde. The pack of hellhounds ran into a clearing where a much larger hellhound was waiting on them. Naruto lands on a tree branch. "Yup, that's an alpha," said Naruto. "Through some research on monsters since the attack started, it has been enlightening. Some monsters had to be killed a certain way, while others could be killed any way possible. But what he liked the most was the spoil of wars. With Naruto being Naruto, he got the idea of using spoil of wars to try and make equipment. He learned the hellhounds can use an ability called shadow travel. Naruto asked if Backendorf can make something like that if he brings him hellhound hide. Using spoils of wars to make weapons and armor. Backendorf rubs his chin. "It could be possible. I'll tell the border patrol to bring me any spoils of war that they get. This could finally give half-bloods the edge that we need," stated Backendorf. Since then, with every monster killed, the spoil of war was taken. Naruto stares at the pack of hellhounds surrounding their alpha. Pumping chakra through his leather bands causes Epion to fold out, and heat rod extends out. Naruto jumps down and lands in a crouch. The hellhounds see the Stygian iron, but they don't back down. "The alpha is giving them the courage to face me, even though I'm using Stygian iron," thought Naruto. The chain whip becomes bright red. The hellhounds leap towards the son of Hestia, whipping his chain whip around one of the hellhounds, and melts right through the creature of darkness, bashing Epion into the skull of another, killing it. Thrusting his chain whip going through an open mouth and out the back of the head. The alpha had enough and jumped towards Naruto. The alpha pins Naruto down and bites down on his throat, but a cloud of smoke goes up. When the smoke cleared, where Naruto was is now hellhound. The chain whip wraps around the alpha's neck. The son of Hestia pulls the chain whip. The alpha jumps around trying to get the blonde off his back. Naruto float chakra to the bottom of his feet, sticking to the alpha. The alpha rams into a tree. Naruto heard a snap with pain flaring in his right shoulder. He pushes through the pain, pulling the chain whip harder. The chain whip burns through the alpha's hide. It tries to buck Naruto off its back furiously. Screaming with a final tug, the head comes off. With the alpha turning into gold dust, Naruto falls to the ground. The remaining hellhounds circle around the blonde to finish him off. The silver arrow goes through one of the hellhounds' heads, killing it. The other hellhounds run away. Naruto gets on his knees while holding his shoulder to look around. A group of girls come out of the forest. Milady? Zo asks. Stand down, Zo. That is Naruto Uzumaki, son of Hasya, said Artemis. When the goddess of the moon said that, the hunters whisper to each other. Some of the older ones look at him and try to figure him out. You're Artemis, and you're her hunters, stated Naruto. Yes, but I must ask, why are you so far up north? Asks Artemis. I was chasing this pack of hellhounds because they've been attacking the camp for the last week, said Naruto. Yes. I've heard that the barrier has been weakening. But why not just run them off? Asks Artemis. I wanted the spoil of wars, answered Naruto. Just like a man would say. Zo said with disgust. Watch it, threatens Naruto. Zo's eyes widened before she aimed an arrow at the blonde, but Artemis stopped her. Zo, you will stand down. Artemis orders her lieutenant. I know your story. You got the short end of the stick, says Naruto, as he reaches into his back pouch and takes out a small vial of nectar. You're not the first person, and definitely not the last. Naruto takes a small sip of nectar, tasting Ichiraku ramen. Hatred leads to death. And with that I bid you farewell, shouted Naruto as he leapt into the trees. Zo just glares at the blonde as he leaves. How dare you say something that, you pathetic man? Lady Hestia should have never had you. Zo shouts in her mind. As Naruto leaps through the trees, his mind begins to wander. It goes towards the hunters. He knows it helps them, but they are healing. Artemis takes in young girls to get away from bad families, but she doesn't heal them. Instead, she lets their hate grow for men to unhealthy levels. Back in Konoha, sexism has zero tolerance. He remembers reading through the rule book about the laws that shinobi have to follow, and sexism is a big no-no. He asked Tsunade once why that was. If we are equal to each other, then our teamwork ends. Konoha is known for its teamwork. When I was younger, I saw a woman being sexist, and, as punishment, she was beaten to death to show everyone else that sexism has no tolerance in Konoha, said Tsunade. Naruto stops on a tree branch and face palms. In his haste, he'd forgotten his loot. Damn those hunters. Go back and hide or hunt more hellhounds. It'll be faster if I just get the hide now, Naruto thought. Naruto turns around and heads back. He arrived back at the clearing with no hunter in sight. He quickly grabs all the hellhound hides and leaves, never noticing a pair of eyes staring at him filled with hate. A few days pass since then. Naruto stares at Thalia's pine tree. Shortly after Naruto returned, the tree was found poisoned. With the tree acting as the beacon for the barrier, it was only natural. With the tree dying, so too would the barrier. Bang. To arms, yelled Naruto. 5 members from Ares' cabin, and a few from other cabins, came running with Claris leading them. Bang. What's it this time? Asked Claris. We're about Rasengan. Naruto just answered, as 2 cultist bulls broke through the barrier. The line was made to block the cultist bulls from breaking through, but it didn't do anything. Heat rod wraps around one of the cultist bulls' neck and pulls it away from the line. The other cultist bull breathes fire on them. Formation, shouted Claris. She only got 6 campers to form a line. The cultist bull breaks through once again until a cyclops comes out of nowhere, hitting the bull in the head. Rasengan, shouted Naruto. Claris turns her head and sees that Naruto has the bull pinned with heat rods still wrapped around its neck. Claris throws her spear into the bull's side. The bull came crashing down. It the wounded to the big house. The girl shouted, running down the hill, followed by a boy and the same cyclops that destroyed the other cultist bull. Thanks for watching my video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my video, and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time. Till then, sayonara.